Hello guys, today I'm going to talk about this IMDB clone app, well kind of clone, which I made using OMDB API. So we can search for any movie and it will display the results, top 10 results. So for example, if I search Harry Potter, Gold, all the top 10 searches will be here regarding the name Harry Potter. So from this search, I can view for more details. You can see name, year, release date, runtime, etc. Next slide we have actors and director. In the next slide we have language, genre, and this plot. Okay. And we can also favorite, add to favorite list, and it will show this bootstrap alert that the movie is successfully added to the favorite list. And let's search for another movie. So if I make it in the favorite list, this one as well. And if I go check my favorite movies, so as you can see, I have three movies in the favorite list. So from here, I can remove if I want to. Suppose I want to remove this, so it will show that movie removed successfully from the list. And then it will reload the page, and the movie is gone. So that's very simple app that I made. So in this project, I have three components. Uh, I'm calling it component, but they are just simple HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files. So I have home, movie, and favorite movie component. So home is the main component, and in this we have this label shows the website's name, and then I have this input for searching the movie, and on its on key up event, I am firing this search function, and then I have again a button, and on click of it I will go to the favorite movies tab. I also have these two uh, not JavaScript, Bootstrap alerts. I have configured them. You can read about them on the Bootstrap official documentation. They are very easy and simple to implement. So let's quickly check this main.js, which is getting called in home.html files. I have this OMDB API URL, and I have the key. I'm basically hiding it. Okay, and I have this favorite movies string to store the favorite movies in the local storage of the browser to make them persistent. Basically, when the browser closes, the favorite movies list will persist, and when the page gets loaded, we are calling this fetch data from local storage. Basically, what it does is it is fetching the data from the local storage of your browser and setting it in this favorite movies list. Okay, if data is present there, then in the local storage, then this array will get populated. So this is the function search which gets called on the on key up event of the input. So here what I'm doing is I'm basically getting the text which is entered, and I'm checking the length, and then I'm calling this fetch movies function. And in this fetch movies function, set async function because we are making API call. So this is the URL of the API, and we are fetching this response, and in from this response we are getting this JSON data. If the response is true, which means we have fetched the data successfully, then we are destructuring search from that data, and we are setting the entire data on the front end. So this for each loop will do that. So this for each loop is responsible for doing that and basically appending the final HTML this in this response HTML div. So we have this wrapper div and we have this row div, and in this row div will set column div, and each column div will have the movies in it, and each column will have bootstrap card in it. So let's check the call. So this is the HTML element div we are creating call, and in this call element we are setting this card element. Okay, so this is the bootstrap card element and we are setting it here, and in this card element we are setting basically data, image, and everything its details basically in the card. We are also setting two buttons in the footer of it. So if we are see we have add to favorite button we are creating, and we are also creating this view button. Okay, so this view button on its on call event, this method will be called this function view movie details, and from this add to movie this function will get called add to favorite. So this view button, when we click on view button, it just navigate to this movie.html page with the IMDB ID on the U in the URL. So this add to favorite function, what it does is when we click on it, it will add the movie to our favorite list. And when we are adding it in the favorite list, it is also adding that movie to the local storage so that we can get it back when we close the browser. So when we click on the view button on any movie card, then this page will get loaded, movie.html. Here we have a bootstrap carousel, and in this carousel we are setting the movie's details. Basically every detail, its plot, genre, and year it was released, reviews, etc. And we are doing it through JavaScript. And first, this set movie details will get called. It's an async function. Why? Because we are fetching movie by ID. So remember we passed the ID, IMDB ID from home.js, I mean main.js file, and we set the IMDB ID in the request string. So we are getting that string using this URL search params, and in the list of params we are fetching the ID because we want the IMDB ID of the movie. So then we are fetching the movie with ID. So we'll exactly get one movie which is will belong to that ID, and then we are setting all its value on the front end using JavaScript. So it's a very simple component. So guys, let's quickly check this last component that we have. It's a favorite movies.html file. Here, whatever the movies we have set favorite, those movies get fetched and will show on the front end. So this is the HTML file, and we are setting the movie list of movies from JavaScript. So again, we have this fetch data from local storage function, which will get called when the page loads. So we are getting the list of favorite movies from the local storage, and if we found the data, then this fetch movies function will be called, and this is an async function because for every movie we are fetching its entire data. Okay, so this function what it does is it's for each movie that we have set to favorite, we will get its detail and set on the front end in the row, in the column, in the bootstrap card. So one major difference here is instead of view and add to favorite buttons, we have remove from favorite button. So this remove from favorite button, what it does is uh, when you click on the button, the movie gets deleted from the array. Okay, and we are also setting the new array in the local storage. And basically after the 4 second, we are showing the bootstrap alert for 4 seconds, and after the 4 second this location reload called gets called because we want to reload the page showing the reflected update. So that's it, and I will post the link for GitHub and Firebase where I have hosted this app.